Most of the jazz books are aimed on memorization of jazz chords, runs, as we call them, licks, musical ideas, pieces, targeting a jazz improvisation. Every book wants a student to memorize a material that is written in a book. And then what? Authors of those books are thinking that if students will memorize a musical material, then there's a chance that that material will come out through the personal improvisation of the student. It will influence a student. It could, but I do not see that everyone who played sonata by Mozart in C major became Mozart themselves. Let's say if somebody will memorize improvisation by Oscar Peterson or Bill Evans or others, they will be able to play like Bill Evans? They will be able to play like great masters? Then it's very simple. Just play Ravel and you will be Ravel. Play Chopin, you will be Chopin. Play Bach, you will be Bach. I don't want to continue any further. It becomes Victor Borge routine, that one writes for another. Apparently, it's not the way. Student needs to hear all combinations of sound that do exist on the piano. The hardest combination are located here. Of course, that has to be played slower. Let's take two different notes. One on the left and one on the right. Now you could hear the dissonant sound that exists right in the middle of the keys. That's exactly the sound that most of the musicians are unable to get from the record quick enough. So let's say you're listening a CD and then all of a sudden you do not know what kind of notes player is using to create certain beautiful sound. It has to be done instantaneously while you are listening a jazz music. You already have to know where they were used, which part of the keyboard was used, and be able to transcribe them in your mind instantaneously. Then is a chance to become a jazz musician. It could be trained by giving a student a music that is located in that part of the keyboard. Poly Instamode may solve partially that problem. Taking middle C on the right hand and E flat on the left hand. Let's see what will come out. Only comfortable notes. Then you will hear a bunch of dissonance. has to be played slower. Then you will really used to it. It's unpleasant in the beginning. You have to make that unpleasant sound your sound, that you will accept it. Some people cannot accept it because of the harshness of that sound. They don't like it. And even slower than that. In any case, it's good for hands. And then, after 10 minutes of playing that kind of music, that to some people makes no sense. Player must go to a CD player and check if ears are improved and hearing ability became sharper. That's what it's all about. It's about ear training. It's very difficult to detect those notes from the CDs. Why? Because the players don't have enough strength to push them hard enough to produce adequate sound. That's why we have some kind of unknown dynamics. When player plays on white keys, it's nice and beautiful, you can hear everything. When player moves the hands toward the screen of the piano, all of a sudden it became vague, unknown territory, and it's very difficult to hear what are they playing. But with the training, it will become easier because all those notes are very important. But they do not sound as clear as the notes that come out from the middle of the piano, from here. So otherwise, at that area, they're not clear enough. So, by training with the Instamode, you will become more accustomed to that situation, and transcribing different music from CDs will be much easier for you, and maybe eventually instantaneously. Then it's very important to play that stuff in different speeds, that your reaction to those sounds will become faster. Yes, like that, and then you start to play. But the most important thing is to play it slowly, that you could hear combination of different dissonance. And then with time, the ears of the player will become more sharper, more susceptible to all those dissonance. They will used to them. And that will affect your personal improvisation. You won't need the books then. Your book will be a CD player. Well, I hope you will understand where I'm going with all my Instamode. Don't be afraid, I won't abolish all the books. They're useful too. Practice and see if Instamode will help you. Again, poly-Instamode will be a subject of my lessons since now.